Hello everyone, this is Susie again and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making some scalloped potatoes with a chipotle cream sauce. And I've never done this before. I just came up with the recipe this morning and I wanted to try it out, but I wanted to record it in case it did come out good so I can share it with you guys. So if you're watching this video, it means I approve of the recipe. So these are some of the ingredients we're going to be using. Some potatoes, scallions, a little bit of arrowroot to thicken the sauce, cumin, salt, pepper, chipotles and adobo, some soaked cashews, garlic, and some unsweetened soy milk. And these are the chipotles. If you've never seen them before, you just buy these in a can. And they are really, really flavorful. And once you open it, I transfer it over to like a glass container. I cover it up really well, and then I just store it in the refrigerator and it'll last for a while in there. So, okay, let's get started. Okay, for the sauce, I soaked a third of a cup of cashews, and I also put 2 cloves of garlic in there. And I rinsed out the cashews, strained them, and then I'm just going to throw that in there with the 2 cloves of garlic. You can add more or less garlic according to your taste. And I'm going to put 1 whole chile, chipotle chile in there. And we're going to add a little bit of milk. I'm going to add some unsweetened soy milk. Let's see, maybe about half a cup. If I change the recipe, I will let you guys know. I'll put all the ingredients in the description spot below. And then I'm going to add about, let's see, about 1/8 of a teaspoon or so of ground cumin. And let's see, about maybe a teaspoon, no, 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Some pepper. I think I'm going to add more milk. I don't think that's enough. So, let's go for the cup. Yes, barely. Okay, half a cup more. So that's 1 cup. 1 cup of soy milk. Okay, so I'm just going to blend this all up. Okay, this I transferred over the sauce to a saucepan because I think I'm going to add a little bit of arrowroot to thicken up the sauce. It would probably be thick enough if I wouldn't have added that much milk, but it's up to you. You can play around with the recipe and see what works for you. So we will try it with a little bit of arrowroot. And then also I did add half more chile chipotle, 1/4 of a teaspoon more of salt, and 1 more garlic clove because I felt like it needed it. But I will put the exact measurements in the description box, okay? So whatever's in the description box, those are the ingredients that I actually used. So let's continue. So I turned on the heat and I put the sauce, and I'm going to add about 1/4 of a teaspoon of the arrowroot just to start and see how that goes. And we'll see if it needs a little bit more as it warms up. And then the other thing, I am preheating my oven to 350 degrees as well. And then the other thing that I do with the potatoes, I actually cooked these potatoes. So I pressure cooked them for 12 minutes in the Instant Pot. Or if you have a pressure cooker or however you want to cook them. Because for some reason, when I don't cook my potatoes, if I put them in raw, the recipe just doesn't come out right when I've done this in the past. So I usually just pre-cook them, but that they're firm still so that you can kind of slice them. And that way you just heat up all the ingredients. You don't really need to cook them in the oven, so it'll take less time to cook as well. Okay? So I'm just going to cut, as this heats up, I'm going to cut up my potatoes and have those ready. Okay, so the sauce cooked for like a minute and a half or two, and it did thicken up a little bit, so you don't need more than 1/4 of a teaspoon. And if you don't have or use arrowroot, you can probably just use a little bit of cornstarch or just regular flour just to thicken up the sauce, and that's it. And then now I'm going to add it's maybe like about 1/4 of a cup or so of the scallions, and I'm just going to mix that into the sauce. And I'm going to lightly oil my baking dish just to make sure that it doesn't stick or anything. And I'll probably do a little bit of the sauce on the bottom. So we'll see how this goes. And now I'm just going to place my potatoes, layer my potatoes in there. And I don't peel my potatoes, but you can feel free to peel yours if you like. Just layer it, and then add some more sauce. You get the picture, right? I'll keep going. Okay, so that's what they look like. I just did another layer of the potatoes, and then I finished it off with the sauce on top. And we're just going to place this in the oven for a few minutes. Okay, so it was in the oven for about 25 minutes, and this is what it looks like. So now we're going to give it a taste. So before I try it, I just wanted to tell you that I think this is a good recipe if it turned out good. For if you have like leftover oven fries that you did the day before or something and you want to do them differently, or you cooked potatoes or something and you just want to make a different recipe, I think that would be a great recipe to use those potatoes for. So I think the next step is trying it, so hold on a second. Okay, so let's go in. I would probably let it sit for a little bit, but Oh my goodness, this is fabulous. Ooh, it's spicy. It is spicy, but it's really, really good. Ooh, yeah. So I think you would probably just use the one Chipotle pepper, or maybe even half if you don't like too much spice. So I would do less of the Chipotle, but it is really good, you guys. I hope you guys give it a try. And if you do any variation of this, if you add something or you do it a little differently, please share with me your thoughts or your adjustments so that I can give it a try. And also, I just want to let you know, that I'm going to serve these potatoes with a quinoa and roasted vegetable salad that I'm going to be doing up next, and with like a green salad and my pumpkin seed salad dressing that I did the other day. So that's how I'm going to assemble this meal, okay, in case you guys want to look at the other videos for the other two side dishes. So I hope you guys give it a try, and yes, please use less of the Chipotle, but if you like spice, I think you're going to really, really like this. It's really good. I loved it. So it turned out good. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Take care. Bye.